That's a pretty cool skin, huh? You know what's not as cool? Your skills on Ezreal. You suck at Ezreal. I can confidently say that 99.9% of the viewers suck at Ezreal. And that's because people just don't understand this champion. He may seem like an easy champion, right? Just have to hit your first ability, hit some ultimates, basic attack, that's it. The answer is that's not it. Ezreal's skill ceiling is probably, believe it or not, his skill ceiling is probably perhaps the highest of any ADC in the game. I do not think that any ADC would be harder to play like perfectly, theoretically. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think any ADC would be harder to play perfectly than Ezreal. I actually don't even think it would be close. Like, there's not a single ADC that would be close to this champion. And I don't really understand why his difficulty is set at 2. Because to truly master this champion, and it rewards you like crazy if you master him. Can I just get to the builds? There are so many tricks, and I'll get into them during the gameplays. I have 2 gameplays, by the way. First of all, I experimented a lot with Ezreal builds, which is why it took a little bit longer to make the video. Because if you look at the leaderboards, there are so many Ezreal builds. It builds like it gets overwhelming. Like, look, this guy goes for Cup of Grass, he goes for Cyrill's Grudge. And then this guy, he doesn't go for Cyrill's Grudge anymore, he just goes Essence Reefer and then that thing. This guy goes for Declare and the Shattered Queen. And then this guy goes for other stuff as well. He doesn't even build a Trinity Force until late game. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many builds. What are you supposed to build? So, I'm going to give you like a bit of a rudimentary explanation on how to build Ezreal. Obviously, there are some situations where you can build different stuff. Like, for example, the situational items I have attached at the end of this are the Bladed Rune King. Are you against a lot of tanks? You're going to incorporate the Bladed Rune King in your build. Either as your 3rd item, you know, instead of the Essence Reef, or 4th item. Cyrill's Grudge, same story. If you're against a lot of tanks, but the difference is, you go Bladed Rune King if you're against HP-based tanks, like enemies with a lot of HP. You go for Cyrill's Grudge against enemies with a lot of armor. Iceborne Gauntlet, you go for against a lot of AD. You know, if you're against like full AD, you're gonna skip your Trinity Force and go for Iceborne instead. Maw Mortius is also a situational item, of course, against a lot of magic damage. But the basic build of Ezreal. Mana Mune first. I've tried taking out the Mana Mune, it's not worth it. Like, Mana Mune is just way too good to stack up the Muramana. Second item is going to be a Trinity Force. Your boots are going to be the Glutinous Griefs. Always Glutinous Griefs. And then third item is going to be an Essence Reefer. This is going to give you crazy damage. Like, this is like one of the best items you can go for on Ezreal. It's ridiculous. A little bit of a bonus too. You're always going to... You're never running out of mana because you're going to have a Muramana and the Essence Reefer. You're literally never running out of mana. Fourth item is going to be a Rift Maker. This is really going to buff your ultimate damage in the later game. And the Omnivamp is so good. Like, throughout the fight, you're going to heal up like crazy. Then last item is going to be a simple Guardian Angel. And for the enchantments, always Stasis. Pretty much always. Like, you don't even need a QSS. Because most types of CC, you can just dodge with your third ability. For example, if like an Alistar engages on you, you use your third ability. Blitzcrank, hook, third ability. Thresh, hook, third ability. Pike, hook, third ability. Alistar engage, third ability. Anything, you can use third ability. Even like a Lux root. Even if it hits you, like right before it hits you, like the moment of impact, you can still use your third ability to run away. So you should never need a QSS on Ezreal. And for the runes, you can go for Conqueror, although I don't recommend it. Kraken Slayer is going to be so much better. Sure, Conqueror will be better if you can actually stack it up. But Kraken Slayer is going to be way stronger in the early game, first of all. And even in the late game, if an enemy is chasing you for like a little bit, you're going to do so much more burst damage to them. And even in longer fight, Kraken Slayer is still pretty good. Obviously not as good as the Conqueror, but it's still very good. You don't need the Vampirism because you're gonna have Boots of Vampirism and in the late game Riftmaker too. Here you go for the Precision 3, Brutal. See, a lot of Ezreal players go for Gathering Storm, and while it's really not bad, Brutal is really gonna be great because early game you can brutalize the enemies with this rune. Brutal also buffs the damage of your first ability because your first ability applies on-hit effects, which of course Brutal is an on-hit effect. So you always go Brutal to really bully the enemies all the way from the early stages of the game. Giant Slayer right here, only Cup of Grass if they have like 0 tanks, but even if they have 1 tank, you're gonna go Giant Slayer because you are always chunking down the tank. As an Ezreal, it's like very important that you can actually take down their front line because otherwise you're not gonna do a lot of damage. And here you go for Bloodline. Of course, we have no Conqueror, we want to have a lot of healing. So Legend Bloodline is going to be very good. Here you can go for multiple things. I love the bone plating. Again, early game power. Like Ezreal late game, you can demolish the enemies anyways. if you play it correctly, which I'm gonna explain in the video, of course, in the gameplay. But so like that's also why I don't go overgrowth, for example. It's just much better. Just get through the early game with the brutal, with the bone plating, with the Kraken Slayer. Late game, you're gonna be fine. So like, you know, I know some people like to go for mana flow band, which I don't feel like you need, because you already will have an Essence Reaver as well. Transcendence, this one is pretty good to spam your abilities more, but again, I prefer the bone plating just to be safe early game. And for the spells, you go for Exhaust and Flash. So that is it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. So I just want to talk about this, guys. This game was the switch for me. Before this game, I played a horrible Ezreal. Every single game. Okay, so quick story. I am good Ezreal. I'm very good at Ezreal, but it always takes me a while to get good at him again. Because of course, I have actually not played Ezreal for like half a year or something, because I've not made a video on Ezreal. So new skin came out, Miho the Luffy gifted me the skin, so of course I had to make a video. So I've been practicing, and always the first 10-15 games for me are like a big struggle. I just don't get how I was always so good at Ezreal. I just don't get it, because like, you know, I'm not able to hit my abilities, especially that first ability. And then suddenly, you know, yet again the switch comes in. And to make this simple for you guys, because I'm gonna be talking about very advanced stuff on how to actually outplay your enemy with your first ability. First of all, you have to get the basics, right? Like learn the champion, understand how fast your first ability is, understand how fast it casts. Like you truly need to understand how fast the ability is and how far it goes and stuff like that. Secondly, against like lower elo players or bad players, you could say, you're gonna be able to get away with, you know, very easily predicting where they're moving. Like if he's like, an enemy is gonna move from point A to point B. If he's here, you shoot your first ability here, so while he's moving, you hit him, right? But in higher elos, you know, people are not gonna do that. Enemy's not gonna go from point A to point B. Enemy's gonna go from point A to point B to point C to point D to point E, and maybe even further back, and then he's gonna go here. What I'm trying to say is people are gonna dodge your stuff, and you have to be able to outplay them. And this is going to be a similar explanation to Jhin Ultimate, for example. You know, I always teach you guys, like, the way you hit Jhin Ultimate, you need to understand who you're against. Like, during the early minutes of the game, if you're a top-notch Ezreal player during the first few minutes, you're going to hit less first abilities than in the late game. And the simple reason for that is because in the late game, you've understood the enemy. You've understood the ways, the paths they take, the way they dodge. Like, for example, the Zed likes to do a step back and run away. For example, the Braum doesn't dodge at all. You need to learn this, and you need to find this limit. Like, don't just treat every single enemy the same way, because this way you're never gonna become better than a mediocre Ezreal. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are stuck on a mediocre Ezreal. Even if you think you're a good Ezreal player, you probably are not, unless you're like in Challenger absolutely destroying people with Ezreal. You're gonna see, by the way, later on in the game, you're gonna see, like, I'm gonna hit like a lot of crazy first abilities. And second game, this game was the switch, and the second game that I'm about to show you was like, you know, the game after this one. Funny thing, by the way, where I'm like really going ham on the enemies, just destroying them. So why is it so important to hit that first ability? I'll tell you a lot more tricks, by the way, but I'm first gonna explain the true importance of it. You know, while Ezreal's basic attacks do decent amounts of damage, hitting that first ability is such a vital part of Ezreal's kit, because besides the obvious, you know, it does a lot of damage, it literally reduces all of your cooldowns by 1.5 seconds. You're gonna be able to use your second ability more, which gives you more damage. You're gonna be able to use your third ability more, which gives you more mobility, and you can use your ultimate more, which of course gives you a huge amount of extra damage. Like, look at my abilities. The cooldown gets reduced every single time I hit my first ability. It is so important to hit it. So let's talk about some additional tips on how to properly play Ezreal. Most times, you know, you're just gonna poke them. You're gonna try to hit them, and if you miss, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, the ability costs like almost no mana. If you miss, you're gonna have it in like 2 seconds anyways. However, I'm gonna tell you otherwise. While it's true that it's fine to miss, of course, you know what I mean? Like, you don't wanna walk around and just shoot them like an idiot and miss. There are some moments, some scenarios, where it's actually better to not shoot at all. Now, what the hell am I talking about? You know, like, I'm saying weird things here, aren't I? Let me explain. For example, the enemy Zeri is trying to, you know, she knows the first ability is coming. She's very low HP. She's trying to run away. Of course, she's not gonna run in a straight line, because, you know, then I'm gonna hit her easily. So she's gonna run. She's gonna go back to try to dodge my ability. She's gonna run again. And then, you know, I'm not shooting my first ability. So she's like, what the hell? When is he gonna shoot it? She's gonna try to dodge again. And then I still don't shoot it. And then she just gets so confused. She's like, when is he gonna shoot it? And then I still don't shoot it. And then she's like, whatever. Then she keeps walking, taking the obvious path. And that's when I shoot it on her. What I'm trying to say, you know, of course you don't always want to do it like that. What I'm trying to say is, like, sometimes you can just make enemies make it easy for you. It's the same as Blitzcrank. If you play Blitzcrank, you know, like, if you look at really good Blitzcrank players, they don't always instantly hook. Sometimes, like, they'll walk towards the enemy and they'll see and react to what's happening. This Corki is gonna kill me, yeah. So, like, they'll dash in, they'll wait. They'll see enemies are like super stressed out. Oh my god, is he gonna hit hook right, left? And then they're gonna, you know, dodge. And then you're still so close to them. And then they're like, why is he not hooking? You know, should I keep dodging or should I run away? They're gonna get confused. And this confusion is gonna tip them off. This allows you to be, you know, you're laser focused. You are laser focused. Like, where is he gonna go? Left or right? You can easily predict where he's gonna go. He's confused. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not trying to outplay you anymore. He's not playing the mind games. He's not using his brain anymore. He's just so confused. And then they're gonna play way worse that way. You can massively increase your hit ratio like that. And of course, you don't have to wait for a couple seconds. Even waiting like half a second, just wait. Even if your first ability is up, just wait a little bit. I'm saying only during some scenarios, of course not always. The majority of the times, you know, like I'm doing right here, I want to use it as much as possible. Look at this, but I'm doing a lot of damage right here. They actually both use their ultimates right here. You'll actually see like the big plays coming later on in the game, and especially in the second game, by the way. Because here, this is where the switch was happening. This is where I was, like, right here I'm 0-1. But I was feeling it, you know what I mean? Like, I was feeling the Ezreal. So I already kind of knew what was coming, because I was feeling this champion and I knew the video was gonna come today. Because I've been working on this video for like a week, because I knew the skin was coming. And I just had this feeling. I did this game, I was like, okay, this is it. I finally got to the level that is just, you know, gonna be super duper good. And by the way, guys, if you want to enter the skin giveaway that I do every single month, excuse me, all you have to do to enter is put down a comment under the video. I'm giving away 3 skins, and yeah, that's how you enter. Also, give the video a like if you're enjoying it. Really supports the channel a lot. And another thing I want to talk about, which is this. So if you are, I want to speak to you crazy ADHD, OCD type of people, okay? Because these type of people, they're gonna try to, you know, perfectly time the ability. Like, they're gonna be like, okay, every 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't want to waste mana. So just stop that, okay? It's fine to count like every 4 seconds, but I actually recommend you to not get too crazy on it. Just count every 5 seconds, use your first ability, basically. That way you're not wasting any mana, and that way you're basically getting the maximum stacks. Because you also don't want to be... I need to run. That Zed is doing crazy damage. Okay, they just all in me. I'm just dead. You also don't want to be the type of player that only uses an ability every 10 seconds, you know what I mean? Because then you're wasting opportunities. Because upgrading to the Muramana is such an insane power spike. It's incredibly important. It's actually funny rewatching this game, because like up until now, I still played the mediocre Ezreal, you know what I mean? This is still quite... This is actually very mediocre. Like, I haven't really made any play. I haven't really done anything. I haven't even hit any proper, like, ability. This is mediocre. I told you, this was the game the switch happened. This is the game where I was like, I'm feeling it, you know? You guys are gonna see the exact moment the switch happens, by the way. And another thing is, it's just... How can I explain this? When you play Ezreal in a team fight, you don't wanna play with a tunnel vision. With a tunnel vision, what I mean with tunnel vision is you don't wanna just look in your line of sight. You constantly want to move your camera. Constantly move that camera. I swear to God, like when I play Ezreal, unlike any other champion, I'm constantly moving my camera. You have to know what's happening. Very good Janna ult, by the way. You have to know and see everywhere. Because Ezreal's first ability, if you shoot it in certain... like here you can see an example of how your third ability can dodge stuns. I got stunned by Jax, but I was still able to use it. This is the moment the switch happened, by the way. You're gonna see me hit a whole lot more abilities from now on. Like I remember this moment. This is when I feel. This is when I felt it. I don't know if I'm gonna die, but I just want to tell you guys, this was the moment I felt the switch. This was the moment. Like here you can see. You can already see it's a whole lot cleaner. It's as if the little brother gave his phone to the big brother, basically. That's what it felt like within me. Got my Trinity Force too, and now you guys. Now the patience is about to pay off. You know, you guys have watched the video for 15 minutes already. Now you're about to get the cherry on the cake, basically. What was I talking about though? I was talking about something. I think the third ability dodge, that it works like that. Okay, let's see. Oh, about moving your camera. Okay, let's see. That was actually a miss. I'm actually missing her, but it's like, yeah, I'm actually missing. There's no excuse. Boom, boom. Yeah, I'm dead. But it's fine. It's fine. I mean, they like the one thing that does counter Ezreal is speed. If enemies are very fast, they can counter you. So Corki with a package, he can actually quite easily dodge your stuff. But like a Zed, you can actually outplay a Zed very well. Like, you know, you predict where he's gonna go in the shadows, and you can hit your first abilities on stuff like that too. Ezreal's very good into enemies that like to chase him, by the way. Like, I love playing against Shans, against... Even though Braum supposedly counters Ezreal, I love playing against him because you can just, with the Kraken Slayer, chunk him down regardless. Against like a Darius, even Fiora. I love playing Ezreal into Fioras. Like, they chase you, but you just keep hitting them like crazy. Always be on the lookout for ultimates, by the way. Always, of course. Very simple but important tip. Always be on the lookout for ultimates. If an enemy is low enough for you to be able to kill them, do it. Especially with the build that I gave you guys. Essence Reefer and what is that item called? Riftmaker is going to give you really big ultimate damage as opposed to like your average Ezreal build, where you go for Blade of the Noon King, Cyril's Grudge. So like with this build you have a whole lot more ultimate damage and you want to utilize that extra damage. Another little tip I have for you to hit your first abilities way better is try to shoot through the minions. Like the minions, there's like a ranged wave and a front wave. Very often enemies are gonna hide like between them, and they will never see it coming that you're gonna shoot right in between the minions. Quick little bit of a trick. You can just hit enemies. You can really surprise enemies in lane with that, especially. And of course, you know, you can sometimes know an enemy is in a bush. Just, you know, constantly shoot your first ability on the bush. So like anytime they try to step up to you, hook you or anything like that, you're just gonna hit them with your first ability basically. It's so funny seeing how the early game of this game went. You know, knowing that like yeah. Just knowing. It's so hilarious. I want to hit an ultimate here. This could be a massive ultimate. Like I could hit 4 people here potentially. I actually only hit the Braum, which is quite tragic. But let's enter a fight. I also like to ult before a fight. Even if you don't hit that many people, as long as you just hit something, you're gonna get full, like you're gonna get so many stacks of your passive. Like I basically entered the fight with full stacks of my passive, you know, giving me 40% additional attack speed for free. There we go. You see, hits like that is what you basically constantly right there. Right there you could see the example. I hit that one as well, but right there you could see the example on Corki of like sometimes you have to wait. Oh, that should be a kill, surely. You see how I actually waited just for a little bit before I hit the Corki? Because I knew when he would walk right across the wall, it would be a free hit for me. So I just waited a little bit until he got to the wall. And then I hit it, you know, then 100% hit. That one he cannot dodge because he's walking across the wall. Oh my god, I gotta be a bit careful here. Gotta be a bit... I do not want to get felled by that Zed. He's very strong. Right here as well. Like, I can try to poke them. You have very good ranges in Ezreal. I was talking about the range of the camera. Like, look at what I'm doing with my camera. You will see that I'm constantly moving my camera. And I do this the most on Ezreal. Like, I hit 2 of them, so that was a good ult. From any champion that I play in the game, I do this the most on Ezreal. Like, by far, easily. Because, like, I want to see how they're moving. I want to see, like, there you go. You know, you gotta hit those. You gotta hit those abilities. Random poking. You see, I waited. Yet again, like, it's very small thing. And I hit that one too. You know what I mean? Like, it's very small things. But they have such a big impact. That little wait, just to confirm, you know, if an enemy is going a certain way. Just to confirm if an enemy can see you, because sometimes you can be out of vision, but you can see the enemy. And if they see you, they're gonna dodge. If they don't see you, they're gonna keep moving. If you know they're gonna, if you know they don't see you, after waiting for a tad bit, you're then gonna shoot it. I'm gonna try to kill this Jax right here. Did catch him, very, very nice. So like if they keep moving in a straight line, of course, that's a free hit for you. Right here, I'm not gonna get too close to him. Because even though, I could hit him, he could jump on me and just ult me. Okay, there is his ultimate. I got that information by looking far into the fight. And as an Ezreal, you don't really want to get into basic attack range. You always want to maintain a proper range, unless the enemy engages on you. If they engage on you, of course you're going to basic attack them. Or if you know you can beat an enemy wall. Oh, this could be a huge ult. Oh, there we go. Very nice ultimate. Again, he's next to the wall. That's a free hit. Which, if you know, like right here, I'm pretty sure I can 1v1 the Zeri, so I could potentially jump on her right there. Yeah, I am actually doing it, you see? Oh my god, very close. But you see, like right there, that would be one of the only scenario where you actually go in as an Ezreal. It's mostly you're juking the enemy with your third ability, but sometimes you go in. Am I actually gonna dash? Oh my god. He's dead, very nice. Don't think we can end the game here yet. Wait, can we? I'm actually gonna scroll a bit further because this is just boring pushing. I don't think we could have ended the game right there. Don't think we could have. I really wanted this blue buff, and I shot my ultimate trying to hit them and like maybe some minions or something. But it's fine. Like you're gonna get your ultimate back anyways if you just spam your first ability and hit it. Don't even have to hit it on enemies, by the way. You can even hit it on just jungle camps or minions. Right now, I have an insane power. Like I should be able to absolutely 1v9 the game right now. Just like always, by the way, second game. Should I even say it, guys? I don't think I should say it. Because this was the game, the switch happened. The second game was the game where the switch had already happened. And I just unleashed Ezreal on them. What can I say? Sometimes I want to show you games like that too. Like, it's just crazy. Let's see. So you can see I maintain. I actually predicted he would be waiting for me. Oh my god, that was so big brain. I just knew either him or the Zed were gonna be in the bush. I just knew. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how. I just knew. Right here, look at how I'm shooting at the Braum. You see, I know his behavior. Like now we're 17 minutes. I know the Zeri's behavior and the Braum. Look, I hit Zeri. And you may be thinking like, how am I predicting this? I know their behavior. You have to pay attention to the enemy's behavior. You have to. Oh, I have a stasis. Stasis. I'm gonna ult him, try to catch him. Just, just like that. Just like that. And we win the game. Let's take a look at how much damage I did. Second game is gonna be coming, by the way. But you can see how, like I told you guys, in the early game, you're not gonna hit a lot. Late game, it has to change. If you're a true good Ezreal player, you have to that's another reason why you want to move your camera every single time, because you're not only looking at what's happening, you're looking at how the enemy is dodging, how the enemy is moving. Is the enemy being aggressive? Then you know he's gonna jump on you and allow you to hit them for free. 34,000 damage, by the way, very, very big damage. So let me get you the next gameplay. I believe that's gonna be this one. Yeah, that's gonna be this one. So let me just move in to the gameplay. Make the screen big. Yeah, now you guys are about to see a master Ezreal. Like the master as in like an Ezreal god gameplay. Last game was your introduction to what Ezreal can do. This game is gonna show you what it's like, the conclusion of what he can do. And you can do it too. I do have to say it takes a whole lot of practice. Like mastering Ezreal has been one of the hardest things for me to do as an ADC. I find every ADC easy except for Draven. And Ezreal, of course, except for Draven Ezreal. I've never really done my best to get like very good at Draven. I'm instantly exhausting him, by the way. Should be a kill. Like I'm just going, because that's a Soraka support, Soraka's of course very broken, but the one thing Soraka really sucks at is the level 1 fighting. I was simply ignoring her. I just killed the Caitlyn right there. And now we're gonna push. So right here, look, I'm already, you see, I'm already kind of analyzing how this Soraka is dodging and doing stuff. In the beginning of the game, you're gonna try to hit the obvious shots, like she was running to the back. I shot it a little bit further to the back. Some enemies are gonna, you're gonna hit like that. Other enemies, you're not. And then you have to change. You have to change it a bit. The problem is if you get to like super high, if you get against pro players know about this trick that I'm telling you guys right now. They're gonna constantly switch their dodging styles. May sound very weird, but they're constantly switching the way they're dodging, the way they're moving. This requires high skill. Like doing this, you probably will never really have to deal with this unless like once in a lifetime game that you're gonna have that an enemy is actually constantly changing his dodging styles. Otherwise, this advice that I'm giving to you guys is pretty much always gonna work. It does wonders for me too. Like paying attention to like, are they people that like to move left? Are they people that like to move right? Are they people that play very safely? So like you have to actually dive to hit them. Are they people that like to be very aggressive? Like for example, if the enemy Khazadin is a very aggressive player, I'm always gonna play a little bit further back and be ready for him to dive me, you know, and kill him. Aatrox is in our jungle. There we go. I hit her again. You see? Like you can see like a master at his work right now. I'm shoving this wave very quick, and now I'm gonna, on my minimap, I actually saw the Aatrox. I just killed him and went back. I just killed him, which was a very nice kill, and then I went back. With the Kraken Slayer, very nice and easy kill. Of course, eyes have to be on that minimap as well. Like, how did I see that? You know what I mean? Like, of course I saw it on the minimap. A lot of people don't tend to look at the minimap too much, which is... Like, I coach a lot of people, and so many of them just don't look at the minimap. I just keep telling them, like, man... There's such a simple way of you improving is by simply looking at the minimap. You know, of course, there's a lot of things I can coach you on. But the first thing I want to see is you just looking around. Just look around. Look at what's happening. You know, the Aatrox is low HP. You don't necessarily have to move your camera. Of course, it's going to be great to move your camera. But some situations, like, you can just look at your minimap. You can see a low HP Aatrox is coming. Go for him. You know, be ready. Be ready for it. Don't just look around you. Oh, that's the in-between minion trick. You see that? Enemies are never gonna try to dodge it because they always think this is such a dirty trick. They always think they're safe between the minions. But like if you shoot in between the minions, you can get like you can just hit them for free, and it will just do a little bit of extra damage in lane, which can of course, you know, help you a lot. Can really increment to a lot of extra damage and pressure in your lane. Should shove this wave as well. I wanted to go back for the mana mune, because I have 3,000 gold in my pocket, but I really need to go back. I'm ready to ult, of course, but unfortunately they're not low enough. Yeah, this Darius got a double kill. That's a bit problematic. Okay, that's actually a big problem. This is the biggest power spike you can get as an Ezreal, is mana mune and Sheen. And now you can see I'm shooting my abilities. You can basically count to 4 or 4.5 or 5, like I did. But don't be too strict about it. Like don't be like an OCD fanatic. It's fine. Like it's fine if you miss a tick. It's fine if you waste one ability. Like, you know, it's okay. Don't worry about that. But just make sure you actually use your abilities while you're walking around and doing nothing as well. Of course, while I'm in the lane, I don't actually have to pay attention to this, because of course I am using my abilities in lane. I may ult this Darius. I'm looking at where he may backport. I thought he was gonna backport there. So let's see. I hit the Aatrox. Okay, I didn't hit the Darius. I just hit the Aatrox. It's like you don't have to pay attention to it while you're in the lane, only while you're walking and actually doing nothing, which should be pretty easy for you to do. You don't actually have to multitask for this. Of course, trying to dodge the Soraka first abilities. There we go. There. You see how I used the wall right there as well? I just knew she was gonna dodge like that. I tried to hit her in between everything, but I didn't. That's very sad. Look at him. I need to be a bit careful. I made a very aggressive... That was a very aggressive third ability. You know why I threw my ult like that? It may have looked like a very weird ult. I actually thought Khazadin was gonna ult that way. Of course, if I hit it, it would have been beautiful. But like, I really thought he was gonna turret dive like that. Because I thought he was gonna dive like that to dodge my first ability or to dodge my ultimate. And then I would just surprise him with my ultimate in his face. Unfortunately, it didn't work. It is what it is. But the thing is, if he did dive like that and I ulted normally, he would have killed me. So I just made sure he would not be able to kill me. Like, if he dived me right there, I would have instantly killed him with my ultimate. Oh, easy hit right here. Ah, he went out of vision though. Okay, so he actually did dodge to... I really thought he would chase my pike right there, which is why I shot my first ability like that. And of course there was a wall, so it was a free hit. But he actually chose to run away, which was quite interesting, yeah. Then I didn't anticipate that one. But that gives me information, right? He's not a super aggressive Aatrox. Like if he was a super aggressive Aatrox, he would have dived that one. And I really thought he was. So I misread that one. But of course now we get information. We're only 6 minutes into the game. I know he's not like giga ultra aggressive. Okay, if they didn't kill him, my ult would have definitely killed him. By the way, another reminder, give the video a like if you're enjoying it. It really supports the channel a lot, so if you want to do that, just give the video a like. Let's see. I'm not gonna dive her, because Soraka's probably close. I'm 2-0, so I want to be a bit careful. This Darius though, like, he is on my radar. Again, look at, like, you see how I'm always just looking around, like looking, you see? I hit it, You know what I mean? Like, I'm hitting them. How am I hitting them? By constantly looking and gaining information. Not by standing still and just trying to hit the minions in front of me. Looking around and knowing exactly what's happening in a radius of like 500 or in a radius of like 50 meters around me in the game, you know what I mean? You have to know exactly what's happening to you anywhere on the map. Like, if you truly want to become a pro, anywhere on the map you need to know what's happening. But like the minimum thing is like, you have to know at least like twice the size of like your screen. You have to know what's happening twice the size of your screen further around the map. I want to go back because I have so much gold. I don't want to die here. So I really want to go back right here. It would be very big. Not a small tip, by the way. You can flash combo your ult. This can be and flash combo your first ability. That one works too, by the way. Also works with your second ability, but you're never going to use that one. But flash ult combo is such a disgusting, dirty little combo that you can do. It can really catch enemies off guard. No idea what this spike is doing. He just ran it down. I should be able to easily defend the turret though. Yeah. Oh! That was dangerous. That was actually very dangerous. Right here, look, she's moving like that. Easy hit. You see, easy. It's so easy to hit them like that. Because she didn't see me. I was out of vision. So those ones are free. Of course, shove the wave. I'm even ulting just to shove as fast as well. I don't want to give them this turret. Look at that. Oof. I think she's here. She wasn't. So, yeah. Information. It's fine. Like, I thought she was there. Do that. Like, don't ignore things like that. Just shoot in the bush just to check. I'm gonna rotate here to help them. I'm even pinging them. But of course they saw me coming because I just cleared a ward. So they do know I'm coming, which of course makes them go back. Their red buff is up, and me and Kha'Zix were thinking the same thing. We're invading that red buff, baby. Yeah, and there it is. He tried to pre-smite it, but we got him. Look at everything is hitting. Of course, looking at what's happening, I wanted to ult, but I thought like if I ult, she's probably gonna flash away because she just got all in by Lux. So I didn't actually bother ulting that one because I kind of want to save it here, like to apply pressure on him. Boom, easy hit. I can ult her. Flash combo. I missed it, but it's fine. I actually missed the flash combo, which is quite embarrassing. But I ended up killing her anyway, so that's fine. I knew Kha'Zix was coming here because I could see it on the map. Although I'm not very afraid of him. Like a 1v1, I should never lose against Kha'Zix. Like maybe if he gets full build, he should be able to beat me. Oh, look at that. I know he's backboarding in the bush. I'm just waiting for the minions to run. Second ability, first ability, huge damage on him. And then he just instantly runs away. There you go. Just putting fear into their eyes, you know. Now he knows he's not safe anywhere from me. Again, I have a lot of gold, but this is an easy push. Kha'Zix just went back. I can shove the minions. Can maybe even get a turret if I'm fast enough. Probably not the turret though. Yeah, probably not the turret. Although I can bully Kha'Zix. He actually used his ult. I killed him. I killed her too. I have to dodge his hook. Oh, very nice spike hook right there as well. It was actually a good flank by the Darius, not gonna lie, but Ezreal was just so slippery, and Pyke landed a beautiful hook as well, which is very, very nice. I really want to go back. I'm not even gonna buy Glutinous Gifts. I can buy a whole ass Essence Reefer right now. It's crazy how much gold I have. Hopefully I can make it to the red buff. That would be very big. Now I'm just invincible. I'm just so powerful. My damage will be through the roof. 3 item Ezreal. Oof. Disgusting damage you'll do. This game, honestly, I could have gone for Blade of the Doom King, but I was actually snowballing, so I actually chose to go for Essence Reefer to do like more damage right now. Ah, this was bad. I missed a lot of stuff. But I still killed them, so it's fine. But that was actually very bad. I missed a lot right there. There we go. Should be 3 hits here. Boom, boom. He's getting stunned. Very nice. Hit her as well. Like, look at that. Like, all of those hits. This is what makes you a good Ezreal player. Just being able to consistently land that first ability. You need to really have, like, and not necessarily percentage-wise, just damage per second wise. Like, if you miss a few, it's totally fine. Oh, right there, I kind of prayed that he would hit his hook, because I already shot my ultimate thinking he would hit his hook, and he did hit it. But yes, you want to find the balance between, you know, hitting as many first abilities as possible and sometimes waiting before shooting it, because sometimes waiting is actually gonna allow you to hit it much more easily, which is gonna be better than just straight up missing it. You know what I mean? So that's the whole philosophy behind it. I know Khazarian is low HP. I'm gonna try to ult him. Did I? That should be a kill, right? No way. That one tilted me so much. Oh, that was such an easy... I saw him on the map. The reason I missed it, you know why? Because Ezreal's ultimate actually takes quite a while to arrive. So sometimes, like if the enemy is across the map, you really have to hit it fast. Like, fast. Look, easy hits. He should be dead. You see, before the fight even starts, he's already half-life because I hit my second ability out of the bush. He doesn't know where I'm coming from. Easy peasy kills. Of course, if you come out of nowhere, you can hit your second ability and then your first ability as well, because the enemies will simply not have enough time to react to you. But yes, across the map, sometimes you have to be very fast if it's like super far, because otherwise, even if you aim well, you're gonna be too late, right? Like they're gonna be able to teleport back before you even hit your ult. So that's why I was so fast that I actually just shot it a little bit too far up. I'm not afraid of them. I'm just trying to kind of hit them while they're running after me. Ezreal's really good at that too. And with the build I gave you guys, you have so much vampirism. Come on. Yep. You are gone, baby. No one is safe from the Ezreal ultimate. Look, again, the constant movements of the camera, guys. Very, very important. I'm not really that afraid of him. I'm just maintaining barely enough distance. Like you can see, if he ults me, he doesn't hit me here. But he flashes on me. Okay. That was well played. What can I say? I had 5,000 gold in my pocket, by the way. But honestly, that was just well played by the Khazarian. What can I say? He just flashed on me very well. He silenced me, so I couldn't even flash away. And then he just killed me before it ran out. Very, very well played. There was no counter to that. But the only counter was me just anticipating it and just instantly dashing away before he could even land his silence. See if my team can end without me. Okay, Aatrox is trying to stop it. Look at Riven though. This whole breaker Riven. She may actually end the game. There's no way, right? She just ulted. There's no way she's ending the game. Is she gonna end it? One more. Wow. All right. So let's take a look at how much damage I did and everything like that. Everything like that. This is what your Ezreal needs to become. You just need to put all of the things I said in your head. I tried to repeat a lot of the same points because they are just so important. Like that's the whole way of playing Ezreal basically. You're gonna find yourself doing a whole lot more damage every single game. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.